Okay, what am I live on? It says I'm live, but what am I live? Like, what is happening? Like, what? So, am I live? Or... Because I don't know what that would be that I'm live on. Okay, I think I'm live. Okay, I think I got it, you guys. Oh my god, I think I did it. I can't believe it. I actually followed through and, I actually was able to, do a stream where I was scheduled. Instead of having to delete the entire thing first. Hi guys, thank you so much for being here. Did scheduling help anybody? Because if it didn't, I might just quit it and just do it on Mondays at random times. Hi Kat, oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna be honest. This is another movie that I've never seen before. But I obviously watched it for this, and it is on Netflix if anyone is curious. Hi, BBY Quartz. Hi, Never Wonder System. How are you doing today? So yeah, this will contain spoilers. Unfortunately, I think in my last live stream, I kind of said that there wouldn't be any spoilers, and then there totally was. So, we're going to be talking about the movie, and then what borderline personality disorder is, and then watch some clips and talk about it. So yeah, I hope everyone is doing good on this fine Monday. We watched it the other day. It was good. I cried probably 2 times. But not a bad cry. It wasn't like a cry as in I wish I hadn't watched it. It's a good movie, my favorite representation of BPD. Okay, so interestingly, it's based on a true story. Here, let's read this. So, in 1967, it's based in 1967, in New England, aimless 18-year-old Susanna Kaysen has a nervous breakdown and overdoses on... trigger warning. Yeah, no, this is a big trigger warning, y'all. There's some parts of this that include, grape and, bad stuff and psych wards and stuff. So, yeah, it can be upsetting, the clips and stuff, just so you guys know. So, interestingly, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, but the writer of this is based on a true story, as I've said 3 times now. The writer of this actually isn't sure that they actually have BPD, which for me, at the end of the movie, the way that they were cured all the way at the beginning, the way that they were cured of her BPD, was weird. I don't know that an 18-month stay at a hospital would, cure BPD, however, I will take it with a grain of salt when I say that, sure, let's say that person didn't have it. However, they took the film and did research on the disorder, I'm assuming. And, so I will say though that you guys, in my experience, I've never actually been to, I've interned at a behavioral hospital. I've never been in inpatient. However, I have been to REHAB, and it was actually, this movie was very similar to that. So, I don't know what that, it's kind of like the same thing, but not really. Yeah, for our next live, you guys, I kind of wanted to do one about, we could probably do one about DID, or we could do one about eating EDs, or we could do one about, I forgot, but it was another good one. So, The two most interesting characters are Susan, played by Winona Ryder, and Lisa, Angelina Jolie's character. Yeah. Has anyone here also read the book? Yeah. No, I have not read the book. I should have in preparation, but I honestly didn't. And I did do a lot of research about this, and by that I mean I just watched a bunch of videos, and what I learned was that a lot of Angelina Jolie's character was unfortunately like over exaggerated. I don't know. I liked the movie though. I thought it was fantastic. Anytime I explain BPD, I use Girl Interrupted as an example of BPD breakdowns. ED streams, LOL, yes please. I'm an Anna girl myself. Food is complicated for me. I got you. I've reviewed movies about that before in videos, which are probably better put together. So, but so she ends up going to a psychiatric ward for trying to overdose on aspirin and alcohol. And she's checked into Claymore, which I did watch one video where they said that it was the actual hospital that she went to was McLean or whatever it's called, which would be hilarious. Yeah, so my experience with BPD, y'all, is that it's no secret. It's art. Honestly, I should not talk about other people's experiences, but I have dated somebody with borderline, and obviously not my story to tell. I don't have borderline personality disorder, although I am going to get tested for, I don't know what it's called when you just get tested in general, but there's some traits that I just can't relate to. So yeah, that's kind of my story. So yeah, there's different characters in it. There's one who, Torch, or Polly, who is a childlike girl with schizophrenia, who is the burn victim, Cynthia Crowley, Daisy Randone, who self-harms and has obsessive compulsive disorder and is an implied bulimic. Yeah, in that entire movie, I was confused about if she had an ED because she was looking for laxatives, so I was like, she probably has one, but they never really said it. And then we have Susanna's roommate, the main character's roommate, Georgina Tuskin, who is a pathological liar, who in the book, in real life, was actually really close to Susanna. However, in the movie, she was more close to Lisa. And then we have Jeanette Weber, a woman with anorexia. Oh, I said the A word. Now I'm going to get demonetized. Susanna, I don't know. I probably will be already because this is a really popular movie. So it's I'm going to be showing parts of it. So yeah, Susanna in the movie is particularly drawn to the sociopath Lisa Crow. Yeah, it's Lisa, how do you, Rowe? Why did I pronounce it like that? Who is rebellious but charismatic and encourages Susanna to stop taking her medication and resist therapy. Yeah, I mean, her, in the movie, her representation of BPD, in my humble opinion, is, pretty, accurate to a lot of degrees, as in her black and white thinking about Lisa, right? At one point, she was completely disgusted with Lisa, and then at another point, she deeply cares about Lisa. So, let's see here. Now let's go over what BPD is. So, the DSM-5 requires that to be diagnosed with BPD, one must exhibit at least 5 out of 9 of the behavior that are commonly seen in patients who have this disorder. One of these One of these is reoccurrent unalive behavior, gesture, threats, or self-mutilation behaviors. In line with this, the film begins with Susanna being rushed to the hospital after attempting a unalive attempt by consuming a bottle of aspirin and chasing it with a bottle of vodka. Though many sorry if this is disorganized, you guys. I apologize. Through many instances, but we're getting there slowly but surely. I honestly... so bad with organization. Though many instances in the film, we also find that she engages in SH. It is shown that she repeatedly bangs her wrists to the point that they are severely bruised, and when in emotionally intense arguments, she picks at her skin till it starts bleeding. When in bed with her boyfriend, she also talks about fantasizing about unalive and the trivial situations that could lead up to it. Yeah, I mean, the movie was interesting in that way, that it kind of, glamorized mental illness. It didn't really, it didn't. But also, not the way when her roommate told her she was a pathological liar, she bit her lip. Why did she bite her lip? She's like, I'm a pathological, what? And also, never mind. I was going to say that would be so stereotypical that a pathological liar would always lie. Obviously, that's not true. So she had an ED not otherwise specified. I think Hatch referenced that to McLean. Yeah, I mean, I just think it's funny because it's kind of up in the atmosphere right now. It's popular for some reason. Sorry that my microphone is literally in the way of my face, you guys. It's unfair. It was just a headache. I've used that in my own attempts. Oh my god. Thank you guys for sharing that, by the way. If anybody here has struggled with that or has BPD, I thank you so much for sharing your opinion. Okay, wait, I'm so sorry. How dare, instead of saying thank you, I just did an annoying high-pitched scream. Thank you for becoming a cryptid, BBY Quartz. Welcome. Yeah, I want to go live more than once a week, you guys, for sure. Although, I've just been having so much anxiety lately. If this is disorganized, it's probably because of that. But yeah, so at the end of the day, I truly don't know what it's like to have borderline personality disorder. And so I appreciate you guys sharing stuff like that, because I would assume that that's something that people say, but I had no idea. You know what I mean? Your lives always cheer me up. Oh my god. Thank you so much, because I'm just chilling, and honestly, I feel like we could be having an actual conversation, but instead you guys just have to comment and watch me. I'm an open book about my mental health stuff. Feel free to ask questions. I have epilepsy, BPD, PTSD. Okay, maybe I shouldn't share that when I'm, but yes, I acknowledge, and thank you. Yeah, and thank you, Never Wonder System. Okay, in that case, I definitely have a lot of questions about BPD. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna be reading some stuff about people on r/BPD and Quora and stuff about people who have BPD and what they found was accurate in the film, or book, same thing. Well, not really, actually. They're very different, portrayals. So back in 1967, BPD was referred to as being promiscuous, and it refers to intentionally having, and I don't know, I don't think that's necessarily true for borderlines, to be excessively promiscuous. In some cases, absolutely, with a lot of borderlines, I'm sure that's relatable, but I'm sure for a lot it's also the opposite. So let me see here. Borderline personality disorder is a mental illness that severely impacts a person's ability to manage their emotions. This loss of emotions can control This loss of emotional control can easily increase impulsivity, affect how a person feels about themselves, and negatively impact their relationship with others. Yeah, I mean, we could see that in the movie. Interestingly, BPD, you don't have to, but if you have a parent who has borderline or has like cluster B personality disorder, you're more likely to develop it. And in the movie, you can kind of see that her mom-ish has characteristics of BPD. And I'm sure it's relatable to a lot of people. Like, this one is relatable for me. And I don't got no BPD. But, like, the way I just have mental illness, like, the way that was so annoying that the dad was like, well, how long is she gonna have to be in here anyway? I was like, listen, I love my dad. Like, my dad is top 2 favorite people on this planet, okay? Right? But that is so my dad. We are always very open about our mental health, always happy to help in any way. Yeah, I appreciate that, y'all. And I don't know, BPD sounds like, I mean, once you learn to treat it, I guess it can be easier, but it can be one of the most painful things. I was diagnosed 2 years ago for BPD. I always thought the voices in my head was inner monologue, but it turns out it was a part of BPD psychosis that I feel in bad episodes. Really? Oh my god. That's... Damn. See, it's great that you at least, like, got diagnosed and were able to learn these things. Because for a lot of us, like, I'm sure a lot of people watching, it's like, you might say you have, like, triggers or something that sends you into an anxiety attack, a panic attack, a flashback, whatever it may be. You don't know necessarily what those triggers are. Like, I have no idea, you guys. Like, I have some idea. Like, of some of them. Okay, so let's just start watching, let's start watching the movie and then we'll talk more about BPD symptoms. Okay, we're not watching all 7 minutes of this. Oh yeah, no, we're not watching that part either. So yeah, that was basically her unalive attempt.
The aspirin. If you had no bones in your hand, how did you pick up the aspirin?
So what was that then? Was that psychosis? I mean, that was a form of dissociation of her losing, right? Right? Don't vape, you guys. Every time I stream, I feel the need to say that. It's terrible. Remember when who remembers when I didn't vape in my streams? Nobody? Yeah, absolutely. The hardest part, I think, is rapid cycling. Everything flips within seconds. Like, a person with borderline, from my knowledge, you can go from angry to sad to happy within 5 seconds. Well, maybe not 5 seconds, but basically. And it's like, sorry, I know that I'm, like, not in the camera right now. Okay, am I in the camera now? Okay, thank you for Kat, thank you for being here and explaining this to me. Yes, BPD voices are also seriously under-discussed. Yes, it's a hallucination, an auditory hallucination. And it's interesting, though, Kat, that you say that you hear voices as an inner monologue. One of the reasons I thought I had BPD was because I also hear things, not very often, but when I do, it's exterior, so
What is my mother doing?
Could you answer my question, please? How did you pick up the aspirin if you had no bones in your hand?
By then they'd come back.
I mean, I think that dissociation was pretty clear, as in she was graduating psychosis, and that is symptoms of pretty much every mental illness can be more extreme under stress. So she wanted to be a writer. So when she's writing, she can't write if she doesn't have hands. So it makes sense. I hear them as other people. It's not my own voice, but it's clearly inside my head. I think that is interesting. Because is that also an auditory hallucination? I'm sure it is.
I see.
Like BPD, you can have all different kinds of hallucinations. You can have visual hallucinations, sense. What is that called? Sniffy hallucinations, delusions. What's up, Not Bob? Thank you so much for being here. Also in this one. I got diagnosed. Oh yeah, I already told you guys this is on Netflix. Sorry, I'm bad at going live, you guys. It's never gonna get old. It's never gonna get old. I got diagnosed. Maybe it will. Diagnosed at 16 with emerging, but did not find DBT helpful. And it was at 19 I was also diagnosed with BPD. I think it's more of the way that NHS can brand people not to engage. Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I don't really want to talk about my experience with BPD, because there is so much stigma about BPD already that therapists will drop clients because they have BPD, And obviously it's not right. Like, therapists will only take on X amount of BPD clients. They'll label them as non-conforming and they don't want to treat them because they're not getting better. It's ridiculous though. And so I'm not here to at all put negative stigma on BPD. You know what I mean, you guys? Technically, yes, I also have visual ones of my boyfriend's face changes to my abuser when when intimate. I can't look at him. I'm working on that. See, thank you so much for sharing that. It's interesting because it's like hallucinations directly related to like X trauma.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk. My hallucinations are more like spiders and stuff.
Well, indulge me then. Explain it.
Explain what? Explain to a doctor that the laws of physics can be suspended.
Okay, I will say, with peace and love, my BPD, y'all, does anybody else do that? Where y'all, I'm sure, because it's like in the diagnostic criteria, y'all will like come up with like the most existentialism. Like, I'm laughing because it's not actually funny, but it's like when loved ones with BPD, they're like, it upsets me that everyone else around, okay, I'll stop because I don't want to stigmatize.
That what goes up may not come down.
Yeah, basically that.
Explain.
You're trying to get your diagnosis changed to PTSD. Yeah, that's fair because BPD is one of the most misdiagnosed disorders. If you have a undefined, wait, is that a oxymoron? If you have a defiant young adult female, borderline. However, if you are a young adult female and you are diagnosed with borderline, I'm going to go ahead and say that your diagnosis is probably accurate and to listen to your medical professionals, not me. Yeah, it's a lot of shit happens to me. A lot of shit happened to me early in life. I'm just glad I'm not dead. Yeah, absolutely. BPD often, not in every single case, but most often is a result of trauma, like of I don't know.
That time can move backwards and forwards and now to then and back again, and
It's the existentialism for me.
you can't control it.
Why can't you control it?
What?
Why can't you control time?
Okay, so this is a flashback. And I think they did a great job in this movie of depicting dissociation in flashbacks, honestly. Like, I don't know, a great job. They did a good job.
Sam?
To Radcliffe. Oh, what a conundrum. I'm a Wellesley girl myself, but I think young women should just make up their own mind. Don't you think so?
Okay, wait.
Susanna?
And honestly, y'all, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but that is a great representation of a well, not really a flashback, but like, not like a physical flashback.
You smoke pot? Take LSD? No drugs.
But also, I will say that I think this is a good depiction of, like, maybe psychiatric hospitals, like, behavioral hospitals, whatever, because they were kind of manipulating her. Like, he was in this, and he's about to say, like, girl, you gotta go into this psych ward because you are hurting your family. You are destroying, that's basically this scene, you guys. You are destroying. Okay, wait, what else do we got? Okay, so she goes to the psych ward. Okay, I would love you guys to educate me about this. Memory flashbacks are a thing. I have them all the time. Is that what that is called? Thank you for explaining that to me. Yeah, and it makes sense, though, because she's... Why am I going all the way over here? So she goes to the psych ward, right? Okay. So she goes... So he convinces her, and now she's there. And why are we showing this scene again? Why? Because this is where she meets Angelina Jolie. Or, I mean, Lisa. That's her roommate, the pathological liar.
Thanks. Hey, Days. Is anyone in your room yet? Huh? Hey, girls. Hey, sexy.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the atmosphere in there, I feel, is pretty accurate. If anyone else has ever been to, like, inpatient situation, I think that you might let me know your experiences, because it's definitely glamorized, like, come on, like, but at the same time, it's also accurate.
Good to be home.
Like, the friendships, the way that they got so closely knit, if anyone else had different experiences, let me know, but, like, the way that they became friends with each other so quickly, because you spend all of your time together.
Hey, Torch.
Hey, Lisa.
You miss me?
Not much.
I'm not gonna tell anyone else's story.
Get it.
to her room. Fred will do the strip search.
The soundtrack in this movie is amazing. Yeah, that's great. It was really.
Georgia girl.
I'm honestly I'm about to watch it again because I was upset because I didn't have enough time to watch it again and then do my research and film this. So I'm gonna watch it again after this though, low key.
Who's that? Where's Jamie? I can't deal with this.
Please, don't give me a hard
Where's Jamie? Where's Jamie?
Oh my, what is up, fam? Thank you so much for being here. Okay. Yeah, that's terrible. I despise that. But honestly, that facility is a lot better than most places. They have actual coaches, not plastic coated chairs. I like to complain about interning at a behavioral hospital because, like, I'll expose them. They were terrible. The people who were, all of the social workers, therapists who worked, they all shared one office, and it was like a boys' locker room, y'all. They would talk shit about the patients. This is probably not helpful, but they would, like, accuse people of malingering. Like, listen, what the fuck? Who the fuck? What the fuck? Like, I'm not here to accuse real... like, what? Like, they were up in here, like, they hated... It was terrible. But then... So, I will say that I was actually traumatized by these people, but I'm complaining... You guys have to live in there. I got to go home. I could have walked out if I wanted to. It's disgusting. It truly is. You're absolutely right. I'm sorry for getting angry. You're absolutely right. It's not as cute in there. And also, it's very much hospital setting. Like, what is all this cute, like, you bring your own bed sheets?
Who are you? Her name is Susanna Lisa. She smokes from cigarettes.
And where'd you get... Okay, I'll stop. Accusing patients of malingering is their pastime. Like, to other therapists, too. It was terrible. And, like, they got mad at like, people for relapsing on... Is this breaking some code of conduct, you guys? Allegedly. This didn't actually happen.
Why is all your shit on her bed? Huh? Why? Why? Where's Jamie? You don't know why
the hell you do?
If you're wondering what's happening right now, you guys, basically, Lisa comes back. She in the day they referred to it as being a sociopath. However, that's unrelated to this situation. Unfortunately, the person who was in there before unalived, and I don't know what I can't really talk too much about that other than that's not unrealistic in every situation. I'm so sorry. That was really sad. Also, they have actual beds and not those plastic green mattresses. You can see that the pathological liar is starting to freak. She balls up in the bed, drugging, yelling like I do. Yeah. Her character...
Doing, Lisa? Back off her. Back off. You've been gone for 2 weeks. A lot of shit has gone down. Back off.
How'd she do it? How'd she do it?
But I don't want to deter anyone from ever going to a psych ward or a behavioral hospital. Like, what? No, we're not doing that right now. Did anyone else just hear my doorbell ring? Don't worry, you guys. It's probably just a package. Unless I have to answer it. Probably not. I hated the ward windows wouldn't open. You couldn't smoke, so it would stink so bad. You guys don't worry about my personal life. I'm fine. We can talk about my personal life at the end.
How did she do it, Valerie? Fuck off me! You weak people. You're all weak fucking people. You're victims. You people are fucking sick.
Greta?
What? No, Val, please. No!
Lisa! Get her legs!
Please, fuck, no!
Get her feet!
Get up! No! Stop!
We've got to cut those nails again.
Yeah.
God, what the hell was that?
I mean, kind of, if anyone's ever seen Orange is the New Black, I don't know why I'm bringing that up, but basically, the writers of that show wanted to give each character their own personality, even though they were all wearing the same thing in prison. But the reality is that they had to make it less accurate to how prison actually is, in the same way that this psych ward, I feel, I don't know, why am I calling it a psych ward? That's just the first thing that comes to my head. This place, it seems like they kind of did that, right? Like they brought, I don't know, would they allow all of these breakable things? Maybe they would, but when I was in REHAB, you weren't allowed basically anything.
That was Lisa. And Jamie was your roommate?
Jamie was Lisa's best friend. She was sad last week because Lisa ran away, so she hung herself with a volleyball net.
Oh, it's over. Okay. Okay, what else do we got? So, I wanted to show that scene for some reason. But I would say that it, just because of probably the breakdown, it's pretty, unfortunately, from what I've heard, accurate. There are so many objects in this ward that would never be allowed. You can't even have a hardcover of books. Yeah, I don't know what it is. But back to borderline talk. Borderline talk. Love it, Michelle. Love that. So this was when she got told that she has borderline, which is interesting. I don't know how I feel, y'all, about, like, people not telling you your diagnosis while you're in there. I don't think that I would agree with that. And also, what I would say was accurate, though, y'all, is the manipulation tactics. Is the manipulation. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's like this, that's why I feel bad showing you guys this, that this could be actually very triggering. So please take care of yourselves, and I know that you still care about me if you have to excuse yourself. There are so many objects that would never be allowed, so true.
And I turned to get the powder
and also not the way that they're able to, like, escape. I'm like, and how?
While my back was turned, she rolled off the bed.
Actually, I have seen people on TikTok escape from places like that. I don't know how true it was, but I guess they just kind of walked out.
She rolled off the bed and broke her leg. And the doctor put her in a body cast, but he also strapped her down.
Annette, this has nothing to
You
do...
never told me this.
Carl had been planning this trip to Santa Monica, but he had a commitment at Rand. So we took her with us. On the back seat, strapped to this board, 4,000 miles.
If you like, Mrs. Kaysen, we can discuss this further on the way out, but...
Just how long is my daughter going to be here?
With all due respect, Mr. Kaysen, psychiatry and economics are different. The length of Susanna's stay isn't fixed. It depends.
That's terrifying.
On her response.
Is that true, y'all? Like, how long do people really... Sorry, I was trying to drink my water weird because, like, I had lipstick on my teeth earlier. Don't tell me, don't hide it from me. How can I know what's wrong if you don't tell me? I hate when doctors won't share. Absolutely. I mean, it was interesting. I don't think it's very realistic, though. Obviously, the way that they were able to read their own files, like, as in they were able to, if anyone has ever been to a psych ward, you know how unrealistic it is that you'd be able to get into the medication cabinet. Please. It's been almost 30 years since we were in a ward, so we are sure many things are different now. Well, I'd love to hear your experience about how, well, you wouldn't know how it's different now, though, but how your experience was, or maybe not, because it might be, like, upsetting to you. Long-term facilities are different from short-term ones. Certain people could escape if they wanted to. Usually, patients have levels, and some very responsible patients get grounds privileges. So she's in a long-term one then. I mean, okay, I'm actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I actually have never even had anyone in my immediate life who's been to a long-term one. Huh. They usually will tell you in a few days. It's usually a week, sometimes 2. Yeah, and they will kind of diagnose you in there, but they described it to me when I was in my internship is like, it's kind of like a placeholder diagnosis. So, I mean, but maybe not in this situation, because she was there for 18 months, so maybe she actually did get diagnosed. Rather than if you go there for, let's say, a week, a lot of the times they'll kind of give you a diagnosis based on you, that they've literally met you that day. So that's kind of scary. Insurance covered a week for me, and that's all. Wow, you must be cured. It must have, man, a whole week? Like, are you kidding? Well, first of all, we need, like, I was watching Hatchery's stream about this, and they made so many great points about how these places need a lot of improvement, and it's honestly not an excuse that, like, so many things fall through the cracks. I gotta get my sister up in here. I've been to several as a teen. Is it accurate? I think not, probably to a lot of extent. However, something about this entire film felt accurate to me, which is why I think a lot of people like it. Because even though a lot of it was over dramatized, you're good anytime, Chica. Open book, like we said. We're turning 44 this year and have come a long way with our diagnoses. Not interested in hiding or any type of shame. That's iconic, as you should. Because this is borderline week, y'all. It's borderline week. I'm making a YouTube video about borderline. That's all I mean about that. And so, yeah, I was talking about it, and yeah, it shouldn't be glamorized, but it should be normalized, as in people should understand it, have empathy towards it. I don't know. I had a breakdown and slept with someone who I thought was my boyfriend, but it wasn't. The face change thing have messed me up, so I went to a psych ward for a week to get the meds adjusted. Oh my god. That's insane. I'm so sorry that happened. Because, I mean, that's, as we said, that's psychosis. Yeah, that's not the first. Damn. I don't even know. I've never experienced psychosis before, y'all. So maybe I don't want to ask y'all about your experience, because it's like, Must be so upsetting and triggering. Not that every person with BPD experiences psychosis. LOL, yeah. LOL, yeah. They always get it wrong. They always say I have BPD when I only have a few traits that show them when I'm in crisis. They don't look at the whole picture or care to. That's terrible. You can be assessed. I remember a girl getting an assessment on the ward, but that was out of 5 months being in there. They got me assessed by an outpatient CAMHS. That's honestly iconic. Like, let's get actual, like, I don't know. I don't know how accurate and how often those quick diagnoses are accurate. It's more accurate for a long-term facility. You can have more things. There are units, more dangerous patients and less dangerous patients. Oh. Well, then why are they letting Lisa in the... Anyways, I was going to ask you something, but I forgot what it was.
To treatment.
For what? Depression? Look, it's almost Christmas. What are we supposed to say to the people back home who care about her?
See, Melvin, what's going on here is my parents are having a little holiday cocktail Christmas party crisis.
Susanna.
What?
So what is this borderline business you mentioned on the phone?
Oh, look, I don't think that's useful to Susanna. I mean, not...
What borderline?
Why not? Like, I'd be genuinely curious. Do places actually keep that info from y'all? Because that'd be fucked.
Business.
That'd piss me off. Like, I don't think... No.
The mind...
Borderline what?
...is the
borderline between what and what? Melvin.
It's a condition, Susanna. And it's called borderline personality disorder.
Oh, God.
It's not uncommon, especially among young women.
What causes it?
We're really not sure.
Is it genetic?
Oh, Christ.
It is 5 times more common among those with a borderline parent.
It's the mom. It's the mom.
I can't do this.
Obviously.
I'm sorry, I can't do this.
If you're on a less restrictive ward and do something dangerous, you're sent to the more restrictive ward until it passes. So some units have more things. Or if there aren't enough beds. Yeah, I mean... I actually got sent on from my inpatient rehab to my partial hospitalization early because they just needed an extra bed. So yeah, that shit happens all the time. I'm so sorry that it happens in the opposite way because I was thrilled because obviously I got to go to partial instead of PHP and all that. If there's not enough beds, you have to be sent to any available unit. That's not fair. That's traumatizing. And they're just like, yes, they do keep that info from you sometimes. You're kidding me. That's insane. Ew, that's disgusting. They never gave me enough, When I interned at a behavioral hospital, they didn't give me any, I couldn't do too many things because I was really bad at my job because it was literally traumatizing to work there. Like, I was in fight or flight all of the time. Yes, sometimes they keep it from you until they discharge you, not to affect the recovery in the hospital. I mean, okay, if you, I'm not a doctor, maybe they do it for some smart person reason. The movie follows the book closely, just a few deviations, like Susanna and Lisa don't travel to see Daisy. Yeah, and also Daisy doesn't end up unaliving herself. That was also for dramatic effect. Shall we continue? But it's like also like not completely unheard of, unfortunately. I mean, I don't know, you guys. I don't know. Also, don't mind my video recommendations. Phil is not on fire. Dan Howell, why I quit YouTube. So, I'm actually showing this scene. I think this scene is after the whole, like, escape thing. I wanted to show this first, though, because this is more important to me. If they determine you're not well enough to know the info, you don't get the info. Plus, often there's power plays. Absolutely. Well, I didn't know that first part, though. That's terrible. You know? In the UK, if there's not enough beds, they'll send you to a private or home treatment team, which is someone just checking to see that you ain't made yourself dead. Wow, that's terrible. That's not helpful at all. They really do be up here. Like the way that they even described it in this, they were like, she's a recovered borderline. I'm like, what the hell? I'd love to know, does anyone know anyone who's recovered from borderline in 18 months? I mean, I'd love to know the therapy that they used. I don't remember exactly, but I thought she did. They just told about, not a perfect memory though. Yeah, I mean, maybe some places, I don't know. But basically, I wanted to show this part because is this accurate for borderline? I think that it might be, yeah.
I think you need to get up.
I'm just gonna rest for a while, just a little while. Hey, what are you doing?
Do y'all gotta bathe together? I'm sure it showers now, but maybe you don't have to share that. I'll just look it up.
Sorry, too cold?
What the fuck are you doing? Get me the fuck out of this tub!
Get yourself out.
Where's Lisa?
Yeah, I mean, I guess they said that was a symptom of borderline, which is her, like, how much she genuinely is attached to Lisa now, even though she hasn't necessarily known her that long.
Where the fuck is Lisa?
What's the matter? Can't hack it without her?
You banish her for singing to Polly. We were trying to help her. We were trying to help her. This place is a fucking fascist torture chamber.
No. See, I worked in state hospitals. This place is a 5-star hotel.
DID Hatchery would second that. No, y'all, take care of yourselves. If this is triggering, like, do yo thing. Go watch some cat videos. I got you. I'm just chilling. Showers, no baths, LOL. Yeah, I mean, this was set in 1967. There's also a person in there who, she's in the behavioral hospital because she, is gay. That's terrible, though. It's so sad. It's so disappointing. That wasn't even, like, 100 years ago. Not even, like, 70. When we were in there decades ago, we had to share a room, but each room had its own shower and toilet. Yeah, no baths, LOL. I mean, that's lit, at least. I've been in therapy, and I'm medicated for 3 years, and I'm still not a recovered borderline. Yeah, what is a recovered borderline? Like, I mean, I get it. Like, it's called using skills like CBT and DBT. I don't know, EMDR. I've never done EMDR. Yes, this place is a 5-star hotel for real. Yeah, I mean, something I would say that is accurate about it is that some of the doctors care, some of them don't. You know what I mean? Like, that was my experience when I was in rehab, I guess. Like, some of them genuinely care, but most of them don't. Unfortunately, they're just kind of there for their money. Wait. Don't they say it can take up to a decade to recover from BPD? Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know, but that sounds a little bit more accurate to me than 18 months. We don't recover. Thank you. We manage the best we can with with healthy coping strategies and talk therapy. No, you're right. It can be lifetime to 10 years more to heal from BPD. Yeah, I mean, like, I will continue saying that this is an accurate representation of BPD to an extent. However, yeah, I don't know what I was getting at. The only way you can recover fully from BPD is to age out. It generally... Wait, seriously? It happens around 33 to 35. But, like, if it's untreated, though, I feel like you still will have it, right? I believe some people with... Also, I'm sorry if anyone is, like, a perfectionist and my lipstick is annoying you. I still have no idea how to correctly apply lipstick, and it's freaking black. I believe some people with BPD can no longer qualify for diagnosis after treatment. I think that's what they mean by recovered. Yeah. Thank you for explaining that. Hi, Peniel Peggy. What's up, fam? Thank you for being here. We are watching Girl Interrupted and discussing if it's accurate to BPD.
You know, I can take a lot of crazy shit from a lot of crazy people, but you are not crazy.
And what's wrong with me? Huh? What the fuck is going on inside my head?
Listen, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that that's kind of accurate. Like, my experience, like, I could be wrong, but my experience with BPD, like, I keep saying, y'all are so existential. Like, you guys, and what she says to an extent, what this lady's about to say.
Tell me, Dr. Val, what's your diagnosis?
You are a lazy, self-indulgent little girl who is driving herself crazy.
Listen, the part about driving yourself crazy, to an extent, it's because it's all in your head. Like, you will just fester and think about things until it drives you crazy, for lack of better words. I don't like to use the word crazy because, obviously, and also it can be triggering for people. I'm sorry. Maybe I should, like, find a better word for that. You still have it, but symptoms are much more reduced. Yeah, we missed that bus at 35. I'm sorry, never wonder you missed the bus, fam. It's no, different for everyone, I'm gonna go ahead and say, like, although I do know people with BPD who are over 35. Obviously. And, like, even some of y'all are up in here. She's having emotional regulation issues right now. Thank you for explaining that. Oh my god. We love DBT. Well, by we, I mean me. Like, honestly, I like CBT a little bit better, but my specialty is DBT. I've had mixed episodes of... Really? Quadapin, and has helped a lot. That's great. Yeah, medication can definitely help because, I mean, it depends on the person, right? You don't age out of trauma, you just age out of the immediacy of the pain, though it doesn't mean it's not still painful. It's a reduction of the pain. Thank you for explaining the, I felt, oh my god! Thanks for explaining. I felt attacked. LOL BPD thoughts. It's just funny because thank you for making light out of it. I know that it's not fun to feel like that. Yeah.
Is that your medical opinion? Huh? That's what you learned in your advanced studies at night school for Negro welfare mothers. I mean, Melvin doesn't have a clue. Wick is a psycho, and you pretend you're a doctor. You sign the charts and you dole out meds, but you ain't no doctor, Miss Valerie. You ain't nothing but a black nursemaid.
I guess. I mean, I've never really... in my experience, I'm not telling anyone else's story, but it's just that my experience is like a borderline emotional dysregulation or whatever this might be is not really that dramatic. It can be, for sure, but not most of the time. It's usually just like,
And you're just throwing it away.
No, I'm exactly the same way, Kat. I get like offended by stuff that like I will tell not that this was necessarily, but I will tell myself a story in my own head, which is like why I thought that I had borderline, because it's like that it just will be so not you, like this is not an accurate situation actually. But in my experience, it's so far off from reality that it's almost like a delusion. And not that was just a misunderstanding. But y'all know what I'm talking about. The real Susanna Kaysen was there when that scene was filmed. For realsies. Let's just say she was not a fan. For realsies. Yeah, no, she actually did say that if she could go back in time, she would not make it a movie because, you know, but at the same time, like, I don't want, like, that is true, but it also is true that I'm sure they did a lot of research on borderline before filming this movie, I hope. And, so, wait, in the book, Valerie is white. Are you for real? Yet in the film, I feel they use Whoopi Goldberg so that they can have a dig at BPD to portray that we are so bad, that we are racist and subnormal. Yeah, no, that was not great. I mean, in case you were wondering, that's not what I got from it. I think that she was using that because I don't know if this is a common experience, but some people with BPD might take what they know will hurt you, even though it's not true. They know that it'll hurt you, and they'll say it because they want that reaction. I don't know if that's I'm gonna go ahead and also say that. Also, thank you, whoever moderator accepted that. I know sometimes it doesn't let random comments through. No, yeah, but what I took from it, that's what I took from it. Our BPD doesn't affect us as badly as others, but we assume that's due to the DID, and only certain parts experience symptoms of it. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, BPD and DID can also be comorbid a lot of times to expose you guys. But also not always. There's also a lot of people who don't have BPD. It affects the hell out of those parts, but just doesn't present the same for all of us. Thank you for sharing that. Oh my god. I mean, that checks out, though. Ooh, didn't they say the movie took place in McLean? Yes! Oh my god, you guys, that's what I was gonna ask. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, I mean, I just think that's funny. Because it's like a hot topic right now. LOL, patients be racist, like the last word was all out. The staff was on shift, were black, and this manic patient just had been admitted. And then, yeah. People, society. What is this? Oh, it's the end of the scene. I was like, what is this? Oh, yeah, that's when they escape. Okay, wait. So we are watching it in chronological order. All right. So this is when they escape. And anyways, then they find the patient files. This is another important one because if anyone has TikTok on here, make sure to follow me. I'm almost at 1,000 followers. And once I get to 1,000 followers, I can freaking go live and I'm gonna start drawing stuff. But no pressure, y'all. I feel so annoying saying that. But oh yeah, why I was talking about TikTok is that a lot of this is actually on TikTok. Like a lot of the parts of this movie that we're gonna be playing.
And I want you to scream. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
Oh my god, you guys, no pressure. Also, my TikTok is kind of lame. Like, not, like, as a promotional for you guys to follow my TikTok, it's extremely lame, and I'm trying to find my niche, because my astrology videos get the most attention, but I actually don't know that much about astrology, so I'm faking it. No, I'm kidding, but I have to do a lot of research, because I don't actually know at the top of my head. The movie we mentioned, I Am We, was filmed primarily at McLean. Oh yeah, so let's talk about, if you guys have any recommendations for next week's video or movie, yeah. And also, if you don't have a TikTok, don't make one specifically to follow me, because it's a rabbit hole you don't want to go down, sis.
All right, Georgina Tuscan.
TikTok is scary. I second that. Yeah, don't follow... Also, I be trauma dumping on there, so don't follow me on TikTok.
Susanna Pearson. Polly Clark. Cynthia Crowley. Congratulations. Thank you.
So basically what's happening here is that they stole their files. I'm sure you guys can relate. I would adore stealing my file. Maybe, I don't know, because I can be quite, I don't really talk about this a lot, but I can be quite narcissistic. Maybe not narcissistic. No, I'm sorry. Narcissistic is the wrong word. I can be quite self-absorbed. Why am I talking about that?
Janet Weber. Lisa Rowe.
I'd be so self-absorbed that I just had to talk about it for no reason. Now, I've never been to a facility that had a bowling alley, LOL. I don't think I've ever been to one either, although, yeah. Just look at the reviews first, you guys, is all I'm saying. Lisa and Daisy are everything in this movie. Yeah, I love Daisy. She's probably my favorite. 'Cause the real character in real life her dad didn't do those things to her. Trigger warning. And in the movie, anyways, I can relate to her a lot because, yeah, she's just a person. This is why, you guys, I don't even know why I'm a YouTuber. I'm gonna be honest. Like, oh yeah, you guys, check out hold on. Check out my friend who started a YouTube channel, Mary Lives On. Please subscribe. I would appreciate it. Don't tell her I told you guys, though.
Fuck you, Melvin.
Want to see mine? Let me see yours.
See, I was, my social, you know what I will never forget, my social worker told me when I was in rehab? He told me I was one of the most pessimistic people he'd ever met. Like, seriously, why would you tell someone that? That's so sad. See, I'm being pessimistic about that fact that he told me I was pessimistic. Bedlam has indoor swimming pools, and the kids' ward has a ball pit. As they should. They all should have a ball pit, to be frank, and an indoor swimming pool. You can request your medical records, though. Michelle contains traits of... I had to track down 20 years of medical history. That was hard. Oh, God. That sounds close to impossible. I'm so sorry that happened. That you had to do that.
Lisa Rose. Highs and lows increasingly.
No, you guys are just like me and my sister, because we're both like, me and my sister are both traumatized, so like whenever we have any conversation, we're like, no, is this okay? Is this okay? Are you sure that this is okay? I'm so sorry if you took it off that way, but it's okay.
Severe. Controlling relationships with patients. No appreciable response to meds. No remission observed. That was before you ran away.
We are very rare, and we are mostly men.
Lisa thinks she's hot shit because she's a sociopath.
I'm a sociopath.
No, you're a dyke.
Borderline personality disorder. An instability of self-image, relationships, and mood. Uncertainty about goals, impulsive and
LOL, that's rude of him. Rude of who?
activities that are self-damaging. Such as casual sex.
I like that.
Social control.
I mean, I will say that this is set in 1967, which is probably accurate towards how it was back then, but that is definitely not true now. Like, I'm sure a lot of people with BPD watching are like, dude, literally, do I even have BPD? Because I'm not promiscuous like that.
And a generally pessimistic attitude are often observed.
Oh, that's me. That's everybody.
I mean, what kind of sex isn't casual?
They mean promiscuous.
I'm not promiscuous.
What kind of sex isn't casual? Says.
I'm not.
Okay. Yeah, so then they escape. I don't know, I kind of wanted to show these scenes, but do you guys think we should? Because these are, like, sad, and they have really no connection to borderline personality disorder, but more, sociopath, which I know is not the term used today. I want to say it's antisocial now, but I always mix them up. I know that that I studied this in college, but you guys, you guys, like, I passed my exams and I forgot.
But they don't know.
So I don't know, maybe we could watch these after we talk about it a little bit. I don't know. A friend of mine suggested that I watch this movie after I told her about my BPD diagnosis. She has good intentions, but she is a student and has no clue how BPD really affects anybody. I think it's a very good portrayal of BPD, but some symptoms were similar, like Susanna's relationship with men. It was a good film that shed light on mental illness, and I honestly thought the relationship between the patients were rather heartwarming. However, Angelina Jolie's character, Lisa, reminded me a little bit oh yeah, also Jared Leto's in the movie if anyone wanted to, if anyone needed some inspiration to watch it. I wish I could show you guys my cat. She's laying right here. Maybe we will, but she does not like the camera, even though you guys, I know that the only reason y'all subscribe is for my cat, and it's okay, you know what I mean? Like, I understand. I was born 1 pound 9 ounces and died 3 times as a baby. No, I don't think that, I mean, absolutely, you were lucky to have I don't think you were lucky to have survived because you should have never gone through that in the first place. That's why people are like, in situations, people are like, you're lucky that you know, survived your trauma. No, I'm not lucky. I should have never experienced it in the first place. Did somebody say something rude? Because someone must have deleted it. Thank you, because honestly, yeah. Oh, the guy who said that nobody commented anything rude. I got you. Yeah, right? I know. And I'm like, first of all, isn't that kind of a pessimistic thing to say? So, let me see here. I think it was a great movie and a great memoir, both of which I recommend. It's important to remember that everyone experiences BPD differently, so not every portrayal of BPD will speak to you. While you may or may not relate to the character, I think it's a good movie for anyone who has experienced mental illness to watch. Yeah, I agree. I was gonna say that, like, since it's McLean, why don't they have any, like, patients with DID in there? But then I realized, like, back in the day, first of all, it was MPD, and it was probably harshly misdiagnosed as schizophrenia and other things. It's a pretty bad, oh no, this got -1 upvotes, so this was not a popular opinion, that it was a very bad or average movie. I loved it, but some parts were difficult to watch. It takes place in a psych ward, haha. I don't think that it's very accurate depiction of BPD. I mean, I would have appreciated more. Maybe not, because BPD, like, I don't want to talk about people that I know with BPD, but, like, you can be seemingly no symptoms of BPD at all for a long time, until something triggers you, right? I mean, and for other, I don't know why I said but for other people, it's like, you can experience it with literally every single moment of every single day. Yeah, some people say to read the book instead, but actually, even people who say that the book is always better than the movie say that the movie is better. And I feel bad, though, because the book is more true and accurate. You know what I mean? I feel bad. But it's just the reality of cinema, I guess. It made me angry. While in the hospital, almost all of them managed to do it and magically overcome their illness just by being positive and believing in each other. That's a great point. There was a happy ending, but for a lot of people, like, being released from that psych ward, being released from a behavioral hospital or whatever the case may be, it can just be the beginning. I don't know, y'all. You love the book. It's so good. Okay, I recommend the book then. Everyone subscribe to DID Hatchery if you want to. Wait, we'll get the band back together when Tino gets his drums back. Y'all have a band. I want to be in the band. Let's get the band back together. I'll play my trumpet. I was about to sell my trumpet though. Let me see. I'm so sorry. This is what I mean when I say that I was ill prepared for this, because I don't know, y'all, I'm so sorry. Susanna holds the belief. Wait. She has a manifestation of an unstable self when she notices that the orderly is taking a liking to her. She asks him why he likes her, which shows that she has a hampered self-esteem. She blames herself for Daisy's unalive. And she says that a decent person in her place would have intervened and helped Daisy. There are some other behaviors in BPD that were not prominently showed throughout the film. At first, despite being hesitant to sign herself into Claymore and being unwelcome to treatment, Susanna was not rude or hesitant. However, we soon begin to see that she has a drastic shift in her emotions. She becomes disrespectful during therapy and even has outbursts of anger towards Valerie, the resident nurse, during which she is racist and spiteful. This episode I will say that like there's movies out there, I forget which movie it is, but where this person with BPD like literally does something really bad to a rabbit, and in the same light, like, I understand why people would be upset that we showed a character being racist, because like that kind of gives this notion that people with BPD don't have boundaries, and they almost have this sense of antisocial that isn't antisocial, it's borderline. As you should, Peniel Peggy. As you should. That's awesome. Tino and the frozen embryos. Dude, I'm already a fan. Her BPD diagnosis can possibly be considered an accurate one. However, the film fails to convey that to the audience, the nature of the disorder. For someone who has not read the DSM diagnostic criteria for BPD, most scenes will reflect her symptoms. Most of the scenes that reflect her symptoms can be easily written off as something any rebellious teenager would do. The film is an adaptation of a autobiographical book by the same name. However, it misses out on some... Okay, sweetie. If you're going to jump off, I want to show you to my people. Maybe not. Yeah, so... she also x-rays herself to verify the belief... Wait, I don't know. Okay, whatever. Yeah, exactly. Like... There were a lot of parts that, like, I could relate to. I don't have borderline, and honestly, if I were pushed, I could probably lash out on somebody too, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? Self-diagnosis from 1999? I don't know, you guys. Let's just watch this. Even though this is unrelated to BPD, this is actually sociopathic behavior. BPD is something I struggle with daily, and my PTSD. Anytime I'm alone, I get into panic mode and my emotions are not stable at all. My meds help a bit, but they don't quiet the voices. Okay, I don't know, is this like oversharing if I say, like, I met someone in rehab who has BPD, and I had no idea that he had BPD until after he was out of a situation that he felt safe.
Help me understand, Days, because I thought you didn't do Valium. Tell me how the safety net is working for you.
I mean, probably, because BPD is like... I mean, any symptoms that I thought that I had BPD that, like, wait, are you gonna jump off? Let me show you to my people. Let me show you. Say hi, baby. Say hi. I love you so much. You say my boobies are healing. Look, I barely have any more boobies. Look it, I'm almost healed. Okay. She's fine. She's my best friend. I love her so much. And she okay, I'm over it. BPD is something I struggle with. Do you guys have any pets? BPD is something I struggle with daily, and that I get into panic mode and my emotions are not stable at all. My meds help a bit, but they don't quiet the voices. Yeah, thank you for sharing that, because it's like, yeah, I mean, honestly, a lot of the symptoms can happen when you're alone, I feel. I don't know, like, I know a big thing for BPD is a chronic feeling of emptiness. And so, like, a lot of people with BPD will, like, they constantly need something on their mind, because if they're bored, it's over. Like, you're gonna be thinking and just catastrophic.
Tell me that you don't.
But anyways, what I was saying was that a lot of people are pretty good at hiding their BPD symptoms, because, like, yeah, I don't know.
That blade and drag it across your skin and
I mean, a lot of it is pretty covert, right? Like, you can be a lot of
pray
symptoms.
for the courage to press down. Tell me how your daddy helps you cope with that. Illuminate me.
My father loves me. I bet.
So with the whole, like, narcissistic personality, antisocial, histrionic, listen, I have this whole thing going where I have I'm an empath, you guys. Okay? So, I'm just like Shane Dawson. I'm an empath. No, but what I mean by that is that I have a lot of, I try to understand and have love for a person struggling with said disorders. However, people who have experienced, say, a narcissistic parent, some of them have an opinion that I don't hold, because I've never experienced that before. So I feel like I don't really have the right to say that. You know what I mean?
With every inch of his manhood.
So, like, what I'm saying is, does anyone know no, maybe not does anyone know anyone. Does anyone struggle with this in, like with some sort of cluster B personality disorder? And, I mean, I guess, like, I kind of could see this being realistic.
Oh, God. I'm going to sleep now. Please be gone in the morning.
I say it like that because I know how ridiculous it sounds when I say that I'm, like, I have so much empathy. Like, no, because I actually don't. Like, I do until I see it in real life, and then it upsets me, and I will get, like, triggered and, like, and not have empathy, but I'm working on it because that's something you have to do.
You're just jealous, Lisa. Because I got better. Because I was released. Because I have a chance. And a life.
They didn't release you because you're better, Daisy. They just gave up. You call this a life? Huh? Taking Daddy's money, buying your dollies and your knickknacks, and eating his fucking chicken, fattening up like a prize fucking heifer. You changed the scenery, but not the fucking situation, and the warden makes house calls. And everybody knows that he fucks you. What they don't know is that you like it.
Oscar?
You like it. Shut the fuck up! But hey, man, it's cool. It's okay. It's fine. It's fucking fine. A man is a dick. Is a man is a dick? Is a chicken?
I mean, what is this? Like, I've never experienced anyone, like, getting that and not stopping. My mother was a narcissist. I was raised by her and ended up with BPD. I'd say they correlate, not always, but sometimes. Absolutely. I mean, the way that I see BPD is, like, not being given the tools that you need in all situations to... Maybe I'm wrong. I'd love someone to correct me, but maybe you like... To build a bicycle, let's pretend that being a grown up is being a bicycle. Like, when you're a kid building the bicycle, they don't give you like a wheel or something. It's like you just don't have the tools to be a bicycle, right? I don't know if that makes any sense. That was probably offensive. I'm sorry.
He's a dad. Valium, speculum, whatever.
It's like if you grew up, not anyone with BPD specifically, but like if you grew up, for example, with very manipulative parents, some people might go the opposite direction and be not manipulative at all, but some people will naturally be manipulative because that's how they were raised. That's the only thing that they know.
You like being Mrs. Randone. Probably all you've ever known.
Not that it's okay, though, because once you're self-aware... Like, there's no excuses.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun in Florida.
I'm sorry, Hadri. Unsubscribed. Look, and she's so unbothered. Like, what? How? She's just eating her candy? Oh my god, you guys, stop it! Are you serious? You guys are making me feel bad. Have I done a bad thing? Oh my god, wait, no, that was kind of manipulative of me, actually, to say... I don't know, maybe we shouldn't show this part, y'all, because this involves, like, unaliving. Yeah, maybe not. You guys, stop. This is making me feel bad. But if I actually offended you, your feelings are valid.
Susanna, we were just reading your book.
But anyways, so yeah, I mean, I don't really have a lot else to say about this. I don't know if you guys just want, like, I'm pretty much... There's not a whole lot more about BPD. Like... That's what I thought. I thought you guys were picking on me, but I wasn't like 100% sure. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's not. Yeah, I mean, I've got two of y'all already saying this scene is rough, pretty graphic. Yeah, maybe not. And it's also not related to BPD. But yeah, basically, you know, if you've seen the movie, then you know. And if you haven't, then... Watch it. It's really good. I liked it. And I don't really like movies. Like, I have to watch the same movies over and over. I don't like watching new movies, which is why this is hard for me. Okay, now everyone, you can stop watching because I'm going to start talking about my personal life. Actually, I don't really want to talk about my personal life. You know what I mean? Like, basically, oh no, I was gonna tell you guys, so I was going to go to, Thailand to visit my dad, but, cause he lives in Thailand, so, and he's like my best friend when I was like, and he moved away when I was 18 and now I'm 22, and then COVID happened and stuff, and, so I was gonna go visit him, but unfortunately... like plane ticket prices have gone up really bad around this time of year, so now I have to wait until December. And so like I'm sorry. It's upsetting to me because now, like, I've graduated college 1 year ago. And I got out of rehab in November. And my car is in the shop right now, so that is a small excuse for me to not get a job. But I need a job desperately. And I'm really scared because I thought that I'd be able to go to Thailand first. And I didn't want to have to worry about, like, what kind of job is going to give me a month off. But, I can't really worry about that. I have to, just get one. And so I was thinking about either working with kids again, but honestly, when you work with like 2-year-olds, it can be a lot of drama. I mean, maybe that's just a stereotype, but in a lot of the places that I've worked with kids, there's like not at my after school program, so I was thinking of like that kind of stuff. I'm sorry that my lipstick is so annoying. Like, you can totally see the pink. I forget that you guys have to look at me the entire time. I'm so sorry about that too. Let's talk more about being about how being a broken bicycle is okay. LOL. Aww. I mean, and the thing is, Peniel Peggy, is I want a job that I like but like, I went to the store the other day and I was like, I knew that I would need to ask for help. And so I was literally shaking and I was like, I'm sure you guys see me do it sometimes. Like, I will play with things like this. Like, it's ridiculous. And I'm sure that this is a lot of people watching this can relate. But because I've been out of society for so long, like, I just get so nervous around other people. So I was thinking about, or I could work in an elderly home. But then I was also thinking, like, when I did work with kids, that was a really bad experience because I don't know, like, part of me, like, whatever, I don't want to be all, like, doom and gloom, but, like, I thought there was, like, something wrong with me because every single job I have, like, I get in trouble because I'm not good enough, and that's just due to, like, ooh, there's a fly. There's, like, because I have, like, really bad memory, like a learning disability, and also, like, really bad anxiety, so I can't really sometimes even hear other people when they're speaking to me. I'm sure that that's another common thing, where, like, when other people are talking to me, I don't hear a word they say. I just say, okay, and that is really bad in the job setting. Oh, don't send this to my job application, you guys. So yeah, that's really bad, and so, but I'm doing good. I was, like, a little bit depressed, a few months ago, but now I'm doing a little, like, I'm not depressed anymore, so that's good. Wait. Do you guys think that because of the bullying Lisa did, caused Daisy to kill herself? Or do you think she would have done it anyway? I mean, that's a good question for the chat, but also, I think that, I mean, I don't think she would have done it that night, but the thing is Lisa didn't, I mean, at the end of the movie, too, another thing that was unrealistic, that might have been unrealistic, was how the character who was a sociopath was able to suddenly heal from that and start feeling things. Like, I know that if you have, like, antisocial personality disorder, it's not like you don't feel anything, but the growth aspect was not really great. Because it kind of gives you this sense, I don't know what I'm even talking about, But I don't know. I think that she might have done it anyways, but not like immediately. Wait. Does bullying online cause these issues issues too? And why do people bully? Does that mean they have a narcissistic disorder? No. That's a really, honestly, I don't know why, you guys, but my brain is like not doing good. I'm like blanking out so much. Daisy did do it on her birthday. Wait, seriously? Like the actual character? I honestly think that Daisy was gonna do it anyway. Lisa gave her a reason to act on it quicker. Yeah, I mean, Lisa did say that. But at the end of the day, that's a great point, because you have to think, like, I'm just got upset about this whole job thing, you guys. Whatever, let's talk about this stuff instead. But yeah, like, if you would have said that to someone who wasn't suicidal, then they probably wouldn't have, I changed my mind, yeah. But yeah, it's like that. I'm sorry that I look so weird when I drink water, you guys. Oh my god, I just watched myself on stream drink water. I think she would have done it like next week or something. Thank you guys for answering. I appreciate that. Well, I don't know, because I feel like for Daisy to hit that limit, she probably wasn't healed enough to be discharged, and she didn't utilize her safety plan if she had one. That's a great point. Yeah, she was definitely not healed enough for sure. I mean, yeah, and that's a great thing, is like a great point is a lot of people aren't healed enough when they leave. It's more of just like, okay, you've done... My neighbor is outside. Like, okay, you've done your time, and like, we've gotten your insurance money, and now your insurance has run out, and so you can't be here anymore, kind of situation. Not as much as like, you have grown so much as a person. I mean, if they do say that, it's probably just for, I don't know, maybe I'm being pessimistic right now. Oh yeah, maybe I should trigger warn that for you guys, is that I tend to have a pessimistic attitude. Content warning. But yeah, that's a great point. Let me see here. Do you think that in the end, Lisa got out? Did she? I don't remember. Oh my god. Okay, well, yeah, that's about it, you guys, but thank you for being here, and I'm sorry that I got kind of spacey at the end. That was totally my bad, but yeah, I mean, I thought it was a great movie, and I definitely recommend you guys watch it, and sorry that if it was, like, disorganized again. I'm working on it. We'll have a very good thing going in the future, I think, yeah, and I'll make a poll for next week's movie that you guys want to watch. So anyways, I hope that everybody has a fabulous Monday. Wait. The director talked of when you see Daisy blink after Lisa confronts her, that is the first time you see Daisy. Oh my god. Damn. That's a lot about her personality that I literally never even thought about. I never got group therapy or anything on NHS wards. That was only on private wards. Oh god, so what did you guys even do then? That's terrible. You're amazing, Michelle. Lots of love. Thank you guys so much for even being here. Y'all are lit as hell. And,